So this is a Boeing-built flying fortress. It's a B-17. It's a World War II bomber. It's the G model. There are only 6 or 7 still flying, and they built about 12,000. This particular one never saw combat. It was built during the last year of the war, so it was a fire bomber in Canada. And then it had a couple other things happen after that, and then we obtained it in the 80s. That's pretty much the whole story about this. It's really famous because of the TV show and the movies, 12 O'Clock High with Piccadilly Lily, and that was with Gregory Peck.
Waiting on the...
Oh, so they're going to pull it out? Take a look at what we're about to fly. Come on. This is an amazing piece of machinery. This is history. Are you all familiar with the Doolittle raid? Absolutely. Can you imagine 16 of these aircraft taking off on our first strike from an aircraft carrier? Well, that's exactly what we did. That was April 18th, 1942, our first chance to retaliate against the Japanese for bombing Pearl Harbor.
That's a B-24 built by Consolidated. It's actually a J model. It's a Liberator. They built almost 19,000 of those, and that's the only flying example. So it's the most produced multi-engine military aircraft of all time. And so it's a very, very special aircraft. Furthermore, of all of our aircraft out here today, it's the only combat veteran. It was the Royal Air Force and the Royal Australian Air Force during the war, and then after the war, the Indian Air Force in the South Pacific. So that's why it's still flying, because the Indian Air Force, they saved a lot of them, and we were able to get one, lucky enough to get one, I should say, and restore it back to flight.
Flew all over the Pacific. A very versatile aircraft used for not only bombing, but low-level attack. A lot of these aircraft were highly modified during the war to carry the maximum in armaments, as well as weaponry, in order to fight both all of the Axis powers, from the Italians, the Germans, as well as the Japanese. So again, a very historic aircraft and a great experience we're about to go on.
They've been touring since 1989. We go to about 40 states, 120 cities, and we're a 501c3 because we're an educational foundation and flying museum.